Hello and welcome. This is Ashley. This is Apocryph Gaming, and I'm doing this video. I'm taking a bit of a step back away from tabletop gaming just for the moment to do this sort of mini video series of racing games. And the reason being, it's Father's Day coming up, June 21st, I believe. And every year I get my dad a jumper, something to lounge around the house in or something like that. And this happens every year for birthdays as well, because I don't know what else to get him. And I think that if I get him another jumper, he's going to start thinking that I don't love him anymore. So I'm going to get him something a bit different this year. He's recently got a PS4. It's his first ever console. He's still getting used to how the controls work on the PS4 controller, things like that. So we want to get him a racing game, but we want to get him something that's easy to play, to jump into, and easy difficulties, easy handling model, that sort of thing. My background, aside from tabletop, as you know, I do a fair bit of sim racing, and I tend to play the really sort of technical and, dare I say it, realistic racing sims. So this is a bit of a departure from that. Grid is much more arcadey. It is designed more for the casual gamer, people who aren't as au fait with racing games as sim racers perhaps are. Chose this game for a couple of reasons. One, I haven't played it before today, so this is going to be a bit of a new experience. And two, this is a remake of the original Grid, which came out I think 2008, and that to this day is one of the most enjoyable arcade racing games I've ever played. So if I'm going to get my dad a racing game, I'd want it to be one that he's going to get plenty of enjoyment out of. The other reason is Grid has a lot of different racing categories in it, so this will help him find his favourite, as it were. A lot of people who play racing games, they end up with a favourite classification. So for myself, for example, I prefer open wheel games, or open wheel races games, like Formula 2, Formula 1, that sort of thing. But on here they've got touring cars, they've got GT supercars and stock cars and NASCAR and some facsimile of and all the rest of it. So yeah, this will give him a variety. I say he's got a PS4. As you can probably see from the press A on there that I'm going to be doing this on Xbox controller, mainly because it just plays nicer with my PC. But in terms of how the game plays, it should still be the same, more or less. So yeah, let's get into it. Now I am just going to restart this game essentially, because this game starts with some opening races, which I think is designed to sort of showcase the different racing that's available. So like 3 different racing disciplines, as it were. Yeah, let's get into it. So this is going to be in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I forgot that bit. These are just some opening cinematics. Just to show off how pretty the game is, basically.
What can top the WSR? How can you top this season?
On the road to the Grid World Series, we can expect more action, more drama, and it's all happening right here in the WSR.
Just going to change the difficulty. So as I mentioned, this is you're going to do a mini series of basically will my dad enjoy this game, and that's going to be the overall premise. And I'm going to set everything to the easiest settings. As I say, he's still getting used to PS4 controllers. Codemasters have been very good with their racing games, where they have quite a range of difficulty, ranging from something a 6-year-old can pick up and play, right the way through to something that, you know, professional sim racers would find a challenge, and things like that. I don't know if that's going to be the case with this game. I suppose we'll see, or we probably won't in this series, but I might play it myself behind the scenes, and I'll probably let you know. So yeah, very easy difficulty level, because it's the sort of thing that my dad will be starting with. When he gets proficient, if I do get him this game, he can then up the difficulty as and when to suit. But for now, very easy, visual damage only. Full will damage things like your suspension, if you hit a barrier too hard or something like that, and that will affect how the car handles in the game and stuff like that. Terminal damage disabled, so you're not going to wreck if you hit a barrier too hard and you fuck the car altogether. Then yeah, let's disable that for now. AI difficulty, which is somehow different to the overall difficulty level. Again, very easy for reasons already discussed. Now, flashbacks. This is a mechanic that you see a lot in Codemasters racing games. It's like a rewind feature, so if you do make a mistake and you wish it never happened, don't we all, you can essentially rewind that, so to a point when before the mistake happened. I think it'd be easier if I just show you how this works rather than tell you. But yeah, I'm going to have infinite on there. You can set different levels, so you can only use it so many times in the race. But let's put it as infinite, just to make that easy. Transmission or gearbox, for those of us not American. Yeah, automatic racing line. This will be a sort of dynamic racing line that shows you where to brake, where to position the car, that sort of thing. And of course all the assists on. Apply that. Let's continue. Or in the next race, or if you restart, let's restart it then. Let's go! Mounted that curve a little bit there. Yeah. Straight into the arse. Last of the late breakers. Aye. There we go. There we go. Initial impressions, handling model. I mean, this feels like a big heavy car, and I suppose it is. It's a Corvette. Otherwise, it's not bad. It's pretty safe. You're not really going to spin out unless you do anything moronically stupid.
Hold the lead through to the end now.
So dab of brakes. Oh, just clouted that barrier. But no braking around there. Just follow the corner round. Let's try handbrake. Oh. So I can rewind. This is that flashback feature I was telling you about. I can rewind to a point where, before I cocked that up, so I can brake like a normal human being. It's still not the nicest round that corner, but it's fine. The curbs are quite aggressive, but it comes with being a street race, I suppose. the first one. I am not used to 2-lap races. I'm used to like 100% race distance on Formula 1 sort of thing. It's like 90 minutes of racing easily.
Yeah, you won't want to miss it, Alex. The Grid World Series is so close you can touch it. I reckon there's going to be a brawl out there to make it through.
So this is the next race. This is showcasing sort of NASCAR or stock car racing.
Sticking close to the rear, hunting for that draft and looking for the overtake.
They've lost control. The other team now looking to capitalize.
Tire to tire, someone's not coming out of this.
It's like the opening scenes to the film Cars. I'm even in a bright red car. Literally playing Lightning McQueen. Catch out.
Great reactions. That could have been bad. So come on, capitalize on it.
Thank you, overly German race engineer.
Get right behind the car ahead and draft. Use the extra speed to get past. Okay, you've got 2 laps.
No, we're gonna get squeezed. Oh, you absolute fuck nuggets. Come on. There we go. Fact. There we go. See if I added realism. You go for that sort of thing in a game that's not at all realistic. Final lap. God, oval racing is so boring. People do this professionally? Ashley, your elitism is showing. Naughty, naughty. There we go.
And it's being settled at Brands Hatch, Kristen.
The clouds may be grey, but the action will be as colourful as ever, especially given the added complexity of a waterlogged road surface. If you can win in these conditions and under this pressure, well, you are prime Grid World Series material.
So without further ado, this final is about to begin. So hold
it's
on
gonna
to
be
your
touring
umbrellas.
cars.
It's race day.
And it's at Brands Hatch, which is a sort of favourite staple of the touring cars.
Brilliant overtakes,
Calendar.
just so smooth.
Oh, they're
So-
throwing some elbows out there. Taking no
More
further room.
pseudo-realism.
Driver heading off the tarmac is gonna lose some time there.
Oh, here we go. This is going to be painful. No! Oh, cut everyone up there, why not?
All right, nicely held.
Nicely,
Well done. Now get back up to speed.
nicely held. Did he not see me bin that? Oh, wet weather braking. Gotta love it. It's a bit understeery, probably because it's wet and also because it's front wheel drive, not rear wheel drive this time. Oof. Oh, I can see what's going to happen up ahead. The person with the sort of green helmet, that's my teammate apparently, Nick Whittle. I hope he gave his parents hell for that one. Hello, friendo! Rubbings Racing, right? Right. slice across the front of him. Let's be a complete dick about it. Oi! That was close. Oi! That's a lot of understeer. Engine staying nice and hydrated though. We all know, of course, that water is vital for the engine, just maybe not this much of it. At least I'm not going to risk the engine overheating unless, you know, electrical fires.
Is it not to get position in on your teammate and rival if you need it?
Ah, you son of a bitch. Yeah, that's a lot of understeer. I suppose it's safe though. I'm not, like, I've pushed my luck in a lot of these corners and I haven't spun out yet. You watch Famous Last Words. But yeah, you can just chuck it into these corners and worst case scenario you run a bit wide and you end up on the grass. But... and even if you do cock up, you do have this rewind feature to save your skin. Serves me right for just throwing it in. Let's cut this corner. Let's see if I can actually take that corner properly, because that's the second time I've cocked that up. I still can't get that. It doesn't matter. Let's go back to. Let's rewind that to before I was focusing on camera changes. Let's do it from here. Oh yeah, the weather looks more treacherous from the driver's point of view. You really wouldn't want to be racing in these conditions. But hey, it's more fun though, innit? I should probably have done that sooner. I only got like one corner's worth of cockpit cam. But yeah, that's the opening 3 races.
Excellent season. You're going to dominate the Great World Series. You've got the sponsorship lined up. So, it's all down to talent now.
All down to talent now. I guess we're all fucked then.
Kristen, now you're the expert, but from where I was sitting, that was a final to remember. From a mid-race spin-out to an electrifying finish, this race and the WSR Series has given us plenty to look back on. But what's next?
Well, next for those skilled enough to have got this far, Alex, and made it to the top of the standings, is the Grid World Series. If the WSR is the proving ground, then the Grid World Series is the battleground, where the best racers on the planet compete in multiple race disciplines to find out who is the ultimate racer.
Well, I can't add anything more to that, Kristen. So as the dust settles on the WSR today, in the distance, the Grid World Series starts its engines, gearing up for the most thrilling racing action around. And we'll be right there with you.
So yeah, that was Grid, or the opening races of. Would my dad like this game? I think yes, for reasons I've already gone into. The handling model is a pretty safe handling model. You can go in with fairly reckless abandon with only a cursory knowledge of how to drive and where to brake and things like that. And even if you do make a mistake, you do have that rewind feature. You can use that as many times as you like in the game. So it's something he can sort of get to grips with and things like that. And in the same way that I was getting used to the arcadey handling of this game, my dad will probably have to get used to, well, one, using a PS4 controller, and two, getting used to the handling model of that game as well. So it's not something he's going to be a professional at first time. Nobody ever is. But yeah, I think this is a solid choice. I think I do have a copy of Need for Speed Heat, and I might do a similar video for that as well. See if that's something that might be more up his street, so to speak. It is aimed at a younger audience, I suppose, a less mature audience, the kind of audience that thinks that the Fast and Furious franchise is a good franchise. But car customization and chaving out your car and stuff like that in general. It's also more story driven, there's more of a plot, whereas this is just general. You start a team, you build up your team, so you hire teammates, fire teammates, and manage money and resources and things like that. And buy cars, sell cars, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's it for this video. I will probably do more videos, as I say, of either Need for Speed Heat, or I might do a few more of this as well if people are interested. But if you also have any recommendations for racing games that you think my dad would like, do leave a comment in the comment section below. Just bear in mind, the easier it is to play and get into, the better. So I know somebody on Facebook said, like, Gran Turismo is a great racing game. It's probably one of the best racing games ever made, certainly in terms of its prestige and success that it's had. It's one of the most successful racing franchises out there, but it also takes itself a bit more seriously as well. I don't know if it's something that'll be so easy to pick up and play, but yeah, let me know what you think. Well, that's all for now, but until next time, I'll catch you later. Bye.